We're back reviewing movies of the 1980. That's right, man. 1980 is the name of the game as far as this go-around of the Screen Team. We've got Steve on the show. We've already done the movie American Gigolo. We're getting ready to review a movie called Coal Miner's Daughter. If you are a fan of Loretta Lynn, I think you're going to be a fan of this movie. This is a top-notch movie. It's a movie that is based on her life. And Steve, are you a big Loretta Lynn fan?
You know, I suppose I like that older country western sound more than modern country, but I'm generally not a big country fan.
Yeah.
I enjoy several of her songs. I really enjoy the movie more than her music, I would say.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Before I saw this movie, I knew very, very little about Loretta Lynn, especially her music. I'm not, like Steve said, I'm not into the country western side of things either, but, watching it, I was kind of like, okay, I could kind of get into it, just a little bit, bit. So Coal Miner's Daughter, we're starting off in, I think where are we? We're in the eastern part of Kentucky, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and we're living
Appalachians,
we're living in a small community that basically its major resource is the coal mining area, right? All right, so Loretta Lynn, we first meet her, she's I think like 13 or 14 years old, right?
According to the script, yeah, she's 13.
Yeah, Sissy Spacek didn't look like that, but yeah, she was definitely young. And just like the title of the movie says, we see Loretta Lynn, we see the rest of her family, and her dad is definitely he's a coal miner. That's what he does each and every day, and
played very well by Levon Helm,
which I was surprised.
First acting role. Yeah.
I was so surprised about that.
Her father, yeah.
He did such a good job on that role. Everything's going great as you think it would until Tommy Lee Jones comes. And pretty much in every movie, whenever Tommy Lee Jones comes, that's when something goes out of way.
That's right.
I can't even think of the name of his
Doolittle Lynn.
Doolittle Lynn.
His character, yeah.
He comes in and he kind of wrecks the whole shebang, doesn't he?
Well, he certainly shakes up her world. Yeah. Sort of sweeps her off her feet. I don't know that she was really swept as much as just told, hey, we're going to get married.
Yeah.
Go ask your parents.
I love that scene where he's got to ask the parents. And he's like, so he asked the father first, and he's like, go talk to her mother. So then he goes talk to the mother, and she's like, nope. You need to go talk to the father about that one. And he's like, I don't know what to do here. And she's like, you might want to go talk to him at the same time. So
which means they're in bed. So he knocks on their bedroom door. They're falling asleep. And they have this conversation with him. Yeah, that's great. And the rules are, okay, you can have her hand, but don't take her too far away from home and don't ever hit her.
And he broke both of those rules very, very...
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly, yeah. But she's thrown into a life of childbearing and homemaking earlier than she really is ready to take on those roles, and doesn't even realize what it is to be with a man.
Yeah.
All of the life that brings to her. She's on a pretty severe learning curve.
Yeah.
There.
And he even says it too. He's like, "Don't you know how to do anything? Don't you know how to cook? Don't you, And it was just
love your man. Can't do that either." Yeah.
I was like, "Come on, man. She's 14. What's going on here? Where are we living at right now?"
But she's got that voice.
She's got that voice, which is something that he definitely pushed her to sing out to people.
That's right. Yeah, sort of served as her manager of sorts to create this opportunity for her. It's a really inspiring story. One of the things I really like about this movie is the acting. I'm a big fan of acting, and I'm a big fan of really good, tight storytelling for films. And, Sissy Spacek, she takes away the Academy Award for Best Actress.
And she deserved it, too.
Very much deserving. And even though I prefer another actress's performance, which we'll be dealing with in our third installment of 1980, I'm not sorry to see Sissy Spacek walk away with this. It's a really brilliant movie, and far different than anything she had done before. I mean, she was primarily known as Carrie in the Stephen King movie from '76 up to this point.
And I read, didn't she do all her own singing in this? It wasn't lip singing or anything like that.
No, And I think she even sang it live during taping just to make it that much more authentic. Beverly D'Angelo, who's playing Patsy Cline, same thing. She's singing all of her own stuff.
See, I thought that was cool too. I didn't know that they
Yeah.
had such a close relationship. I didn't know those two singers were that tight. I thought that was very neat.
Yeah.
Is this a rewatchable movie? Is this a movie that you like to put in every now and then and learn more about Loretta Lynn all over again?
I actually do.
Do you really?
Every once in a while. It's one of those movies. Actually, it was one of my wife's favorite movies when she was still living.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime it came on, it would be, Coal Miner's Daughter. And she would be quoting all of these lines. And
Yeah.
I sort of fell in love with the movie because
Of her?
she had an interest in
Sure.
it. And we would have, these little inside jokes about the movie,
Yeah.
She was fond of a couple of the lines, you sound like an old bear growling, something that Loretta Lynn would always say to Doolittle. But it's a really inspiring, moving story, I think, and it's very well acted. And even if you're not a fan of Loretta Lynn or country music, there's a lot to take away from this film.
I forgot what you said. It's wholesome, but there's this one scene. I forgot what she said. She's doing this radio tour. She's trying to get her song played on the air, and they just put her on the mic, and she's like talking, and they're like, okay, yeah, and
She uses the word horny.
horny is what she uses. Yes, and they're like, no, you can't use that on the radio. Whoops. But
Because she didn't quite know what the word meant.
She didn't know what the word meant, and it was amazing that she almost got kicked out for using that word. So. The movie's called Coal Miner's Daughter, and you can find it on DVD. Coming up after the break, we're going to review the best picture of 1980. What is it? Find out next, right here on the Screen Team.